All right, dear viewer, many thanks to you for joining us on the program, The Arena, coming to you on Aneke Television. Okay, my name is Chris Anibogo, thanking you for being our wonderful companion on today's show. The Arena, as you know, is where we meet to take on burning topical issues and matters facing us as a people in the society. Here, we take on these issues as we host analysts and guests who come to offer their thoughts, their opinions on these issues and matters. So thanks for joining us today. Okay, our guest today on the show, I'm going to call him before I call the issue on the table. He's a political affairs analyst. His name is Onyedika Abo. It's a pleasure having you on the Arena on Aneke TV today, sir.
It's my pleasure to be here.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right, our matter on the table today on the Arena is Governor Mbah's defection to APC, that's the All Progressives Congress. Issues. You're aware. If you are not, then maybe in the course of this program you come to understand the political intrigues that is taking a new turn of events in Enugu at the moment. As the governor of Enugu State, His Excellency Dr. Peter Mbah, today has officially left the People's Democratic Party that actually gave him the mandate upon which he became the governor of Enugu State elected. So he has left the party today, joining the ruling All Progressives Congress, APC. So let's look at the issues around it. Onyedika Abo, I wouldn't know. You are not a politician. You are a keen observer, but then you are from Enugu State.
Good.
I wouldn't know what it may be for you. The development so far with the governor, Dr. Peter Mbah, leaving the PDP for the APC, for you, is it a welcome development or is it a call for concern?
I think it will be a welcome development.
Welcome development.
A very welcoming one. But where I will borrow a bit of that concern is the acceptability of the people of the region and the state.
For the governor or for the new party?
For the party.
For the party.
Yeah.
Let's begin with the welcome development before we come to the concern.
Okay.
So why is it and how is it a welcome development?
The political terrain, or I use arena, if you want to look at it like the boxing or battle ring, it's not a place where you meddle with sentiments. It's not a place where you look at faces. Why is so is because there are rules. Every game has its rules. There are rules of the game.
Rules of engagement.
Yeah, and if you are not following that rule, you'll be skipped away. Just like the minister who also played politics, but
which of the ministers?
The former minister.
Former minister? You're talking from Enugu State?
Yes.
Okay. The former minister of Science and Tech.
Exactly.
Okay.
When he started on another TV station, I actually did an X-ray of some of his activities and said they were unbecoming of a federal minister. Now, if he had succeeded, that does not mean that's the way politics should be played. It means he got into the arena with the wrong game. But maybe because of certain considerations, like people use the connections of those who they know to go against certain ethics, and they still succeed and find their way. So back to why it's welcome development that Peter Mbah is entering APC now is, of course, where he got elected was on the platform of PDP.
That's right.
Every person who has followed the trend of events will know what is happening in PDP now. So it will be suicidal for him to contest his second tenure on the platform of PDP. There are already traps set for him, of which he knows, because being the chief executive of a state, he has a lot of intelligence, security report and intels. So he already knows that they are waiting for him somewhere. only for the nomination, after the expression of interest form, for nomination form to be signed by either of the two of these particular people, and then he will lose the legitimacy of the candidacy of the PDP.
Permit me to jab in now.
Okay.
You say they are waiting for him somewhere.
Exactly.
And then you say they will sign the nomination form. Who are they?
Okay, now PDP currently is in court of who is the authentic national secretary.
I think that's been resolved.
No, the resolution was not ratified.
Okay.
If it is resolved and ratified and the party moves ahead, nobody will have issue. You will know that PDP had a fallout and then got it sorted out. It's not yet sorted out. Again, there's one man somewhere who was part of the building, who was part of the house, PDP house, who has sworn to himself that he will not rest until the party is totally destroyed.
Who is the man?
And
can we know who the man is?
I don't want to give him credit on this program.
You don't want to give him credit? I wouldn't mind.
Unless you want
I would not mind. Let's have it. It's politics we are talking here.
Now, what I want to concentrate in the effort of this analysis.
Maybe let me try to take a guess. A peep in your heart, in your thought. You refer to the current minister of the FCT.
Okay, if you want to let the cat out of the bag, there's no two ways about it.
Okay, just go ahead.
Now, you know that you are living in a house that is prone to collapse. So you live in a house whose foundation is faulty. You know there are chances that your shot might get fired at the wrong direction. So why take the risk? Why concentrate on fighting in an already leaking and collapsing structure when you can actually take a walk out of it and find yourself in a new apartment that has better structures, interior, and whatever facility that is needed in a house? Again, it's a welcome development because PDP, being a party that has been, Ndibu have been sold out to, been in love with, it's like they now took it away from every other geopolitical zone in Nigeria. He came and domiciled it here. They supported people from all parts of this country to be president. Then, in the time of run of event, it got to a very strategic moment, very timely, for PDP to consider the Southeast. For the first time in the history of the party, they said, oh, we'll now throw the tickets open so that anybody can grab.
That is for the presidential position?
Of course.
Okay.
Now, they didn't throw it open when they zoned it squarely. Sometimes they won't even zone because we have always did north and south. They will zone it and micro-zone it to either not this or not that. When it came to the south, they will say they are going for southwest. They came to south. Now, everybody who knows politics knows that it was time for PDP to also be bold enough to say, we're heading southeast. Why was it that time they now said it will be thrown open? That is Ovovu Onyevutayawelo when it got to our time. And so we have never really given PDP back what they meted for us. Again, there's a need to connect to the center. Politics being politics, and politicians will always play politics. There are certain things you won't get. Okay, for instance, if I want to join an AKTV virtually, I may be connected by Zoom, Google Meet, or what have you. It can't be the same presentation and projection to the viewers that I'm sitting here. So there's a need to connect to the center. There are certain political gameplay that might not be openly spelled out, but you need it when you have become close and connected to the center. For you to have free access, for you to attend APC Governors Forum meeting, for you to have close relationship with the president, not just because you are a governor of in a state in the country, but you're also a member of his party. we might try to be critics and then say, oh, why must it have to be that? Maybe you look at the Western world and what have you. The truth is that there are certain things that you connect to a person because you have the privileges of being on the same platform. There are certain discussions that are, you have pre-discussion before the ones that comes either to the floor of the National Assembly or to the forum, the General Governors Forum of Nigeria. So there is also a need for Peter Mbah. I think that's even the most key welcome development of his defection.
Which is?
For Peter Mbah to use this move to show our people that these emotions and sentiment and attachments to a political party a political party that does not even give us the same, that does not even reciprocate the same love, that we have to look at politics as politics. Politics is not church worship. Politics is not kindred meeting on. Politics is politics for a reason. I have always wished that before he does his 8 years, that he defects to APC.
It has always been your wish, all right?
Yes.
Oh,
Because
really?
this morning, somebody reminded me. I've forgotten it. Somebody reminded me. Do you know that immediately after the election, that you were saying that you are seeing the chances that Mbah will eventually defect? And people were saying, even if he will do that, it will be after 8 years. And I said, no, it won't make any sense. It will be good to defect when he's about to go for his second term. There are lessons we need to learn from it as Ndi Enugu. Because the hate for APC is baseless and unjustifiable. So it's an opportunity for our people to now start learning that politics is not what you do with a lot of attachment. And even those who play politics with their wealth and every being, you don't put that so much attachment to a political party. That is why they say there's no permanent friend, there's no permanent enemy. It is all about interest. So where does your interest lie at this particular point in time? Are you going to say your interest is more in the party or in the governance of the state? So I'm particularly pleased about this move because when I supported the governor for his first time during the election, I've never supported any PDP governor before.
Oh, really?
And I wouldn't even have supported this current one until certain persons close to Peter Mbah started telling me, oh, this one is different too. I think you might like to hear from him. I didn't even give him that benefit of doubt. I already say, oh, it's PDP, count me out. Apart from wanting to run on the platform of APGA, I was saying that whosoever APGA brings, I will look at. I believe that APGA definitely will have something better than what PDP. And I was already working in that line before this Peter Mbah candidacy was sold to me. I went, spoke with him, got very impressed. So I said I will support him for governorship, but I won't support the PDP candidate for presidency.
Okay.
A lot of people who were in PDP then were saying, even if you won't support Mbah, would it have to be APC? You know, it's like most people who have known me over the years for my criticism, activism, and other things, when they hear that APC thing, they say it does not really, the you we know shouldn't have anything to do with APC. And he has always baffled me. Because if you know a person, before you come to that conclusion of what he ought to do and not ought to do, you have to study it. Because knowing a person, especially those who have always watched me, heard me on radio, seen me on social media, that is not knowing me. You need to know how critically I look into matters before taking a stand or decision on it. Okay. So I supported this current president, and a lot of people will say, for what reason? And you know that's a talk for another day, because if we delve into that, it will take the whole time of this program. I looked at the antecedents of what he has done and who he has been. Has he really been a Democrat? Yeah, I know those perceptions about him having Lagos at their broadcast and all that. But whatever flies or trends does not get hold of me. I took my time to do my research. I said, no, this is the man to go for.
The president.
Of course.
Bola Tinubu.
Exactly. So even those who saw me supporting Peter, they actually approached the governor and said, this person can't be serious. So he's supporting you, but he is also rooting for an APC president. And that was when I know that this governor is a dynamic politician.
Dynamic politician.
So
Okay.
wait. They said my affiliation with APGA was an issue. The governor called me and said, I'm still a candidate, not the governor now. Some of these people who are raising these excuses, for me, I don't have a problem where you are affiliated, as long as you're giving me your support. So, but whatever you think you can do to manage the people in the political terrain, please do it for me. I said, okay, the affiliation will hold on. And I made it public. And when they came for that presidency thing, the governor outrightly said, as a candidate then, he said, no, we can't keep doing this. And I was looking at it, I said, this man is not like a conventional politician. So he said, we can't keep doing this. That he should seal away his Africa affiliation. Now you want to tell him who to vote for presidency. What are you interested in? His support for us or who he votes? He votes as the presidency. That's how that noise died down, because they were making a whole out of it. And I'm enjoying it now that I see all of them carrying broom. Those who said crucify Onyedika for even daring to support, all of them are having broom in their hand as we speak now. And they are saying APC. So in Igbo language it is said that Onu ahụ bulu ogoliaso alachage. And nke was ha call ya kolona alacha. So it's a special day for me personally. Outside what the state is the transition in the state. I love what is happening. I love it because it's a hard lesson for those of us in Enugu. Whether some of us will learn it the hard way or will come to realize, actually, it's not about politics or political party. It's about delivering the dividends of democracy to the people you're governing.
Thank you very much, at least for the lengthy explanations around your perspective and your position on this development in Enugu politically. I want us to take the points one after the other. I've been able to pinpoint 3 positions you've taken as to why this defection by the government in Enugu to the APC is a welcome development. 1, crisis in the PDP. 2, paying the PDP back for not having done well for the people of the Southeast zone. And then 3, connection to the center. So I want us to look at these points one after the other. The crisis in the party PDP. We know, we understand what actually transpired. But that should have been in the past, because yes, Senator Anyanwu left at a point as a national secretary of the PDP to run for the governorship position in Imo State, which he lost out to the incumbent governor Hope Uzodinma, and then he returned to continue his role as the national secretary. But before his return, Governor Peter Mbah, being the leader of the PDP in the Southeast, had already declared for Udo Okoye to go replace Senator Anyanwu as the national secretary. But I think that didn't go down well. We know all of the court cases from the High Court to the Appeal Court. But finally, at the Supreme Court level, the court said, this is not a matter for the court to try. It's strictly an internal affairs of the party. Maintain status quo, go and resolve. And then the others in the party came together and said, Udo Okoye, hold on. Peter Mbah, calm down. The party will be having her national convention later this year, November, which is just a stone throw from now. Allow Anyanwu run as secretary. After the convention, new persons will emerge. And then the party continues. And I know they are preparing seriously for their national convention. So where then is the crisis in the party that should warrant the governor Peter Mbah leaving the party that gave him the platform to become the governor? Why are you not looking at this as a betrayal of trust?
And that's why I said politics does not accommodate sentiment and pitying and crying and the emotions. These things, they don't work with politics. If you go through the memory lane by your explanations now, I would think that you also know that the PDP is in one man's hand. You know, there's a way you journalists do. Sometimes you know the truth, but you don't want to say it. You either tilt towards a particular narrative or you want your guest. You want it to come out from him. Wike is not yet done with PDP.
He's not yet done with the PDP.
And he always makes it very open. I love the fact that I'm not a big Wike person, don't like him for anything. I've always said this in my interviews. But you might not like a person, but he'll be doing your bidding. You need to thumbs him up for doing that. Anything that will destroy. There was a time one of my titles in Enugu is anti-PDP. Some of the boys that worked with, especially the immediate past governor Wuru, they said the hatred for PDP runs in Onyedika's blood. And I've always argued it's not about hatred, it's about the argument of merit. There are a lot of reasons why I never considered that party for anything. So now it comes to a point where the party will be entirely buried in my state. And you don't think, you don't find justification for me for having stood all this while saying we should stop mentioning that. And it pains me the more when people say, but you know that Enugu is a PDP. What, meaning what? What has PDP as a party done for Enugu State? Not the governance.
It produced Governor Peter Mbah as governor. That's one good thing the PDP has done for Enugu State.
Well, for you.
Is Governor Mbah not a blessing to Enugu?
No, don't see it from that angle, because when Mbah was even contesting, he wasn't very comfortable with a lot of things in the party.
Within the PDP?
But this is where he has found himself and as a candidate. And like he said to me personally, he said, just allow us to win this election. Whatever you can do to make sacrifices. He made a lot of sacrifices. Even as a candidate, there were certain things he was very firm on. I know that this man is not coming to run government like conventional politicians. So.
Could we put it this way? Maybe the governor, Peter Mbah, wasn't really more of a PDP person. He was more of an opposition politician. But then he just cashed in on the opportunity provided by the PDP as the major party in Enugu to get his governorship position. Maybe that's why it's quick for him now to abandon that PDP and take to the opposite.
You might not use the word. Don't use the word abandon. I can borrow that leave of not really a PDP person.
Not really a PDP.
Yeah. He really wasn't.
From ab initio.
Exactly, because even when it's in the take-off of his political career, he was not in PDP. He was also in Apuga, like myself.
Oh.
You know, exactly.
When was that? Because we understand he was a former chief of staff to the former
governor, before he even met Chimaroke for the first time.
Commissioner for Finance.
It was from Apuga that Chimaroke, one of the former governors, pulled him into PDP.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the first election Peter Mbah ever went for, not contesting as a candidate. I think he ran for council or something, but he was very strong Apuga person, then. So then he did some exploits that the governor heard of and said, I need to know the young man who you said did this thing. That's how Peter Mbah was brought to him. And after engagement with him, he said, no, I need to. And that's one good thing I give for Chimaroke. He recognizes assets when he see one. Okay. Even in the raw state, he will say, get me this person. Now back to that story of Mbah not really being a PDP person. He felt, just like you said, okay, even when he comes around, because after his very short time in Chimaroke's government, he left government. And he has always encouraged politicians to do that. He said, when you do your bit, leave the space. Go do some other things. If you will eventually come back reloaded. If you don't come back, we must not all die. That is why he is doing everything possible to kill this, career politician mindset. That from year to year, you are a politician, you must be in every government, or politics will pay your bill and all that. He doesn't believe in that. Now, when he saw PDP and has looked at other parties, he felt that PDP is where I can get this. And he projected his governorship ambition years way back. And he did some steps. There were some things he did. Some of them were very, just like this one he took now, very harsh and tough decision. He said, but this is the way to go if I'm going to get this. Then if I do and pull these bullets, it doesn't work, then just go home and rest. I don't want to be contesting every time I'm either a candidate. So he left. When he was returning back, returned very resoundingly. He became the governor. Right from when he was a candidate, I didn't see him do much of a PDP thing. You know that even when he entered, when he became sworn in as a governor, he wasn't really doing so much in party fanfares. He didn't really believe in that. Now, when he eventually started his consultation about where to move in next, it's only wise that he gets into the All Progressive Congress ruling party, because there's no other platform that has the potentials he will have in APC. So people should not look at it from the angle of abandonment or betrayal. He would be doing himself more harm if he had actually remained in PDP to say, let's try out this.
So
for what reason?
Do we agree that it's not necessarily out of the crisis in the PDP that
Okay, now,
is leaving the PDP?
No, let me tell you this thing about that crisis.
Could we just say it's as a result of the fact that he was not really
you know, when you have
originally a PDP person?
so when you have multiple
PDP politician,
when you have multiple indices pointing at the same direction, you know, when I got into this place, there's something I mentioned that I say you people have it in large number.
Okay.
Now you can't say remove one and leave the other. You have up to 12 to 13 or even 20 pointers to the same thing. You don't. Okay, some might be more emphatic than the others, but there's also very risky. It's very risky for him to remain in PDP. I mentioned Wike specifically.
I understand.
Wike is not resting, and this man challenged Wike. This man went against Wike's candidate. You know, sometimes people don't like to look at this analysis thoroughly. You want to play it because, majority people are saying, but how will the people feel? I've heard a lot of people that are even mourning, saying, Aloe, man, how can Peter? And I ask them, what is your business? Why are you not seeing the chances in this? I've not got any tangible reason from anybody. Now, if he dares say convention is coming, like you said, and they are preparing for it, and then in that convention, he gets skimmed out again, what options would he have?
Maybe then it will be justified.
No. If you see,
maybe then his defection will be justified that the convention has
let me tell you
actually not come to
Chris. Let
favor.
me tell you this: Peter Mbah's defection will never be justified in the mind of people who refuse to see reasons in any way. Even if he defects when PDP is on fire and people seeing that the house is really burning the place down, a lot of people will still prefer that he stays there. These are some of the attachments our people have that are business. From they are always from we've seen a savior who is taking us to promised land. From there are so many things I see our people get attached to, and these things are petty things. I like a man like Peter Mbah, who takes tough decisions, who makes his statements in a bold and loud languages. And most of the time he knows that there will be these backlashes. And he has always known that there will be antidotes to it. He will say, well, look at the end point from where we are starting. A man who saw tomorrow and draw it closer to today.
And that's why tomorrow is
exactly.
The mantra. All right, let's leave the crisis in the PDP now as a reason for the defection. Let's look at the other points you made. Paying the PDP back. Yes, your explanations, well understood. The southeastern people of Nigeria embraced PDP from 1999, gave their major support to the candidacy of Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, who is from the southwest zone. Even though we know that a southeasterner, what's his name, late former vice president? Alex Ekweme was actually on the race, but then he was asked to step aside so that the Southwesterners could be assuaged, okay? Going by what happened with the June 12th annulment of MK Abiola's victory. After Obasanjo's era in office, PDP projected a Southerner, Goodluck Jonathan. The Southeasterners supported. Well, there came a time when the PDP again was on the race for presidency in Nigeria. And then they went north, taking to Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. The Southeasterners supported. And then in 2023, they came south. And instead of microzoning to the southeast, they threw it open. We understand all of that. And maybe that was why the person of Peter Obi had to walk away from the party in protest to join the Labour Party, which is obedient movement. Paying the PDP back for not having paid the Southeast back. But then, Peter Mbah is not in the race for the presidency. He's not in the race for the presidency. So if we say it is time to pay the PDP back for not having favored the Southeasterners, does it connect?
The question I should be asking is,
go ahead. Does it connect?
Why this attachment to PDP?
By the Southeasterners?
By everybody I've seen that is always drifting towards PDP. PDP is just a political party. It hasn't fared well with us. So done with it and get over it. So even from your question, yes, I can sense that attachment. So on behalf of
my
the people,
personal
on behalf of the people who are
I'm doing
attached,
my job. I'm a broadcaster.
I know now. So
I know
can
the
you,
facts.
do you find?
So we need to bring out the facts.
Do you have any reason why there should be an attachment at all? If you have, let me, maybe I can.
No. I am the anchor.
Okay.
You are here to express
now,
your
let me
view,
tell you.
So
let me tell you this. Peter Mbah might not be in the race for presidency, but he's still on that platform called PDP. We should stop hearing anything PDP in the entire Southeast.
You should stop hearing
anything that will help to crucify and bury the party. Is a welcome development.
Why? Okay, let me ask. Why the much hate by you on the party PDP?
How many times am I going to repeat it here? For shortchanging the Southeast.
Is that
you took your time now to call the geopolitical zones and the people we supported.
It's my job.
And they will say microzone it when the North actually tried to stop Jonathan from running. So he shouldn't even be made acting president. Eventually he served, and then now he became the president to outlive the Yaradua's time. Now we are in another election. PDP said to make sure that Jonathan becomes the candidate, we are moving to the south and microzoning to the south-south.
Okay.
Can you tell me the reason why it got to the 2023 now became open? Well?
Maybe because of the crisis. I'm not one of them. Maybe crisis in the party at the point.
I'm now telling you because it is because of the selfishness of certain persons, certain individual, one man who must be president at all costs, who have been running and unfortunately will never rule this country.
Is that Alhaji Atiku Abubakar?
Yeah, exactly. We don't have any reason to start dangling and considering PDP and carrying it like a child that it's not. We don't have any reason to come anywhere in the Southeast, National Assembly or states or local government and still hear anything PDP. So Peter Mbah sustained it by chance that this is the only party through which I can become governor, and he has held sway for them. He should have discarded the party long before now. Because he has held and sustained it till now, he has tried. For people like me, it's congratulations to him.
Okay, the signals are coming. We need to go on a very quick, short break. We shall return. The conversation will continue with Onyedika Agbo. So stay with us, dear viewer. Don't go away, please.
Hello, I'm Debra Wakoba. I am Chidimike Mede.
I am Uche Osai.
Only my brother.
My name is Obobina Samson.
Please keep watching Aneke TV. Or you can visit us on our socials like Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok, or YouTube, all at Aneke TV.
This is Aneke TV. We move with the world.
Okay, I did so now about Tinubu. I'll no belly here.
Okay,
the commander in chief.
Aneke TV, keep going.
It's not making.
Hello, I'm Debra Wakoba. I am Chidimike Mede.
I am Uche Osai.
I'm Chiwendo Ifeonwo.
My name is Obobina Samson.
Please keep watching Aneke TV. Or you can visit us on our socials like Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok, or YouTube, all at Aneke TV.
This is Aneke.
Hello, I'm Debra Wakoba. I am Chidimike Mede.
I am Uche Osai.
I'm Chiwendo Ifeonwo.
My name is Obobina Samson.
Please keep watching Aneke TV. Or you can visit us on our socials like I'm Debra Wakoba. I am Chidimike Mede.
I am Uche Osai.
I'm Chiwendo Ifeonwo.
My name is Obobina Samson.
Please keep watching Aneke TV. Or you can visit us on our socials like
How he got to hear about it.
All right then, if you are good to return with you to the show. Yes, of course. A lot of other conversations behind the camera. But then we are back with you on the show. Yes, quickly before the signals come for us to wind up. The last point on why you're giving thumbs up to this defection movement by the governor Peter Mbah to the APC. You said connecting to the center. Connecting to the center. We've always known that the governor Peter Mbah has had good relationship with Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I wouldn't know if it's something outside the political corridors, maybe business relationship, but then we understand that Bola Ahmed Tinubu actually has a one-on-one good relationship with the governor, His Excellency Dr. Peter Mbah. He was here January 2024, if I'm not mistaken. And that should be the first state he'll be visiting outside Lagos, which is his area, his state base. He came to Enugu, despite Peter being a PDP governor. I think he's really connected. Does he really need to leave the PDP for the APC for this connection when he's really connected?
You know, then again, I will say, I know you know the answer, but because you're an anchor, you want to help your viewers to understand better. The personal relationship he has with the president does not translate to the party activities and governance structure. He can walk into the president any time. There are certain protocols which might not be observed. When it comes to the governance itself, Mr. Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the president and is one man.
Yes.
With the powers he wields and his office, there are also certain things he might not always be there to do. That there are things that need the parastatals of government, ministries, government functionaries, and what have you. So when you look at all those things and the bureaucracies in them, you don't think that, oh, the president has seen that the governor called, if he's free, picks it immediately, or he misses the call and returns it. Yeah, Mr. Governor, I missed your call. They will have a chat. Now, would he always want to reach the president when it has to do with Federal Ministry of Agriculture and State Ministry of Agriculture having to collaborate in a program that will enrich the people of Enugu State? Would he always be there when, like I told you, there are pre-discussions before the one that comes to the public podium? Would he always be there to say, Ndi Enugu would actually want to benefit from this, and they are not having the prior information before it premieres on air and what have you? Except a person who is a political amateur or in kindergarten when it comes to do with politics. There's no gainsaying. You can't wish it away. That there are certain benefits. Like I said in my introduction, you might be saying that, oh, it ought not to be that yet. We've not gotten there yet. We are where we can still see the mindset of people in politics, people who are also party affiliated, people who are having to do things just like we do even here in Enugu, that there are certain government opportunities. You first of all consider those who you know. You first of all consider people who are close to you. What it ought to be, which I've seen happen even in Enugu State, where people write letter not knowing any person, went and dropped it and got the attention of Governor Peter Mbah. Now, but that is because one man says, I want us to disrupt the system that have been in place before now. We cannot continue, because there's also this one I told you, that lesson aspect is even very important. We cannot also continue to say, why not do it our way when we are not the men behind the wheel? Peter, who also has a lot of things at his disposal, intelligence, report, and intels, also know that there are certain things that will work easier and easiest when the state is connected to the center. There are basic things that, of course, nobody is denying him the allocation. Nobody is denying him the asset. When the president came here the first time, he said, I don't care your party. Once you're working, you're my friend. I can come to your state. But Peter also knows that the relationship the governor and the president had will not be enough for his state. So what he's doing now is from Enugu you need also, like those of them who are working, though not a politician, but because I supported Peter, there are certain things I do when it comes to the podium and the corridors of power here now. I can walk into the government house. There's nobody, there are very few people there that don't know me. Why? I supported this governor, despite being an activist and a critic. They know that I will not come to a public media now and start slicing Peter Mbah like Okazi leaf.
What if it's on the positive note that you're criticizing him?
No, that is the point I'm trying to make now is that because I have access, if I can't reach him, maybe I can reach Chief of Staff, maybe I can reach SSG, maybe I can reach some of his media aides. So why sit somewhere to start saying, oh, I think I have a problem with this or that. Meanwhile, of course, we know that he's a performing governor. So, but despite performing, there could be one or two things that will raise concern. You have access to do that. Now, it is in the state. Now that he's connected to the center, I can do that not only in the state, but also in Abuja. I can have opportunities I'm aware of, that there are ministries or certain funds that maybe international fund or federal government fund that our people are not assessing very well. I don't need to start telling the governor, tell president who you have a good relationship with. I can directly call the ministry involved. And they're seeing it, okay, these are our people. You will not come and start telling everyone in the ministry, in the government agencies how to run things. We are still people who are very affiliated to religion, party, and what's the other one? Ethnicity. You know, so, but I hope that one day we will not consider a person. We won't judge by where you're coming from. We will not look at the color of your screen, but the content you carry. Until we get what is available now is that you need. That is why people support political parties. That you need to be affiliated to the party and the ruling class in the state for certain things to work for you. All right. So it's a smart thought that Peter says Enugu has been disconnected from 2015 till now. They need to plug in
to the center,
to Abuja.
Okay,
for more dividends.
Almost winding down, but I wouldn't let you off without taking you back to where we started off at the beginning. You said it was a welcome development,
very welcome,
as well as maybe an issue of concern.
Good.
But before we come to the concern, in the southeast at the moment, this is the last state standing with the PDP. So Enugu is gone, so PDP is gone in the southeast. But then we know also that in the southeast, states like Ebonyi, Imo have been connected to the center. I don't think anything marvelous has actually happened in these states. I don't know.
No, you won't say. Yeah, you won't say that. So, before you say that, you have to be in those states.
I don't know if the connection of Enugu to the center is going to be different from the experience of Imo.
These two states you mentioned, which of them is running like Enugu now?
Running in terms of what?
In terms of development. Well, massive infrastructural development, resuscitation of moribund government projects.
I know the saying that
smart
says
schools, smart green
get
schools.
from each according to ability and give to each according to need. So it varies.
So that is why I know that this connection of Ndi Enugu to the center will definitely be different.
Wonderful.
Even though I think those other states are having benefit maybe you're not aware of.
Okay.
But definitely because we have a smart governor who is building smart city, smart school, there's going to be a smart connection from the center for us.
And it's the hope of Ndi Enugu, as a matter of fact.
Definitely.
So in the next 1 minute, what is that concern about his joining the APC?
Okay, the concern is this overstretched, long-lasting perception of hate by the entire Southeast, then also in the
hate on the APC
of the party, because a lot of people see it, they demonize the party. They look at it like, oh, I've been trying to ask, and I'm also putting it out for the viewers of Aneke TV. Please convince me why APC should be demonized in the Southeast. I haven't found any reason. That's why I said it's baseless and unjustifiable. And on that reason, I say that it's good that Peter Mbah has taken the bull by the horn. Those who are pained, those who are sad, it will take time for them to walk over it, to understand that we don't need attachment to a party. We need attachment to a man, to a leader who is visionary and performing like our governor, who is trying to take Enugu to the highest level where we won't be competing with states in Nigeria or Africa. His target is even in the Western world. So it's an encouragement for us to support the governor. If you are pained, like a lot of people have spoken to, it's a time to tell you, out of love, let that pain heal with time. But understand that we don't need party. We don't really need to get so much attached to party. We need to be attached to a leader who is performing, and give him that full support for him to know that acceptability of Ndi Enugu is not because of PDP. It's actually because he's performing. So that in the next 6 to something years now that he has, because definitely he's coming back in 2027, he will even refire on. Because when you tell a person who is doing well, keep it up, it's an encouragement to do more. We need to thank the governor for taking this bold step, and we need all to join him so that Enugu will continue to be on the rise.
All right. Well said. Well said. Okay, so you heard from him. It's a passionate appeal to Ndi Enugu, especially the loyalists of the party, PDP, to please, will I say take heart? Take heart and then try to give your support.
I try to heal.
Yes. So that's the appeal coming from him. Well, before we go,
good.
I am trying to look beyond the governor's second term in office. You just rightly said he's going to do his second term. Perhaps you may look with me into the future. Do you think the governor is looking beyond second term? Do you think he's looking beyond Enugu and is looking at Nigeria? Do you think the governor may be nursing some maybe future political ambition of governing Nigeria? And maybe that's why he feels the APC would be a better platform for him. Beyond Enugu now.
And in all honesty, if you know Peter Mbah very well, he's a man who doesn't get distracted very easily with certain...
Well, he's a man who plans ahead.
Of course. You do know Peter has, if we get it right after his 8 years, he has what he called the 20-year master plan for Enugu. So which means if he stops after 8 years, whoever takes over from him, whatever other visions you come with, please do not lose certain tracks on this one. Now, if he eventually, by the time he gets back to the south, and if we succeed in getting it to the southeast, and he is considered to run, it won't be an oversized desire, because he really deserves it. But Peter is giving himself task, and for now, he's interested in Enugu. And that is why he's not getting distracted by certain political hula balloons that fly here and there. So, well, if he feels that maybe in the future I would like to rule Nigeria, that's a political ambition and it's a welcome development.
All right.
But the most important thing is that his main focus now is Enugu.
So let's draw the curtain at that point. So thank you very much, Onyedika Agbo, a political affairs analyst, for coming to talk to us on Naked TV today. We look forward to having you come. It's interesting actually conversing with you, honestly speaking. So dear viewer, you've heard it. Governor Peter Mbah of Enugu State finally has left the PDP. He's now in the APC. So we'll look ahead to see what good that brings for Ndi Enugu. I mean, in his speech today, he said it's all about Ndi Enugu. So let's hope that tomorrow is here already. My name is Chris Anibogo. Bye for now.
Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok, or YouTube, all at Aneke TV.
This is Aneke TV. We move with the world.